Hello.
Hey,
How are you?
good man. Sorry I didn't have time to talk to you since you joined. So it's been such a hectic
No
process to get.
worries. No worries. It's only a couple days anyway, so no biggie.
Oh yeah, it was such a mess. I mean, the team who was responsible for that. It's funny. As soon as you join, they sent me like a. As soon as you were onboarded, they sent me a survey. I was like, "You sending me a survey now?" I was so I was so pissed. I gave them like the worst review ever. It was just awful. I was pinging them every day. They couldn't reply. They didn't know what needed to be done. Like, oh well, we need X, Y, Z to approve. Like, well, but what are you doing? Like, what? It's just like total mess. So apologize. I'm glad we have you now. So everything worked out, and you had your computer before, so that
Yep.
made it easier.
Yep. Yeah, so
But
it's,
yeah,
it's been pretty seamless, since the official uh, kickoff. I'm trying to get a couple. They signed me up for a bunch of things that I don't think I necessarily need, like
yeah,
GitHub and Jenkins and some other stuff.
yeah.
And then I have a funny story. Um, I don't know that I have G Suite yet, so I'm trying to get that sorted. And
Oh,
I accidentally signed into a meeting yesterday with my personal
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that. It was your what it was like
monkey
monkey.
butt. Yeah, so the story behind that was my son was signed up on YouTube. And I'm like, he's like, at that point, he was like 12, 11, 12. And I'm like, dude, you can't use your real name on there. What are you doing? And he's like,
Yeah,
well, I don't know where to change it. And I'm like, it's really easy. It's over here. And it was wrong. And I'm like, oh, well, where is it? And so then I started changing it. And I'm like, well, nothing's taking effect. I got to use different names. So I'm like alligator man, monkey butt, all these things. I'm putting them in different places in the Google universe, trying to see like where's the master switch that it cascades
yeah.
across all Google properties. And so finally I find it and it monkey butt. And so then I go and change it on his and forget to change mine back. So
That's funny.
I log in to the meeting and it's like, this is a Google Meet. And I'm like, click. We'll ask the person to let monkey butt in. And I'm like, oh
And she was
no.
like, "Do you guys know who is Monkey Butt?" And I was like, no." And then Tim said, "Well, maybe it's Will." I was like, Maybe. Who knows? I don't know." And then she said, "Monkey Buck is trying to ask again. So can you guys confirm who it is?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, this
Yeah.
is just a real place."
So
But
I had to apologize to him. Was like, oh, it was hysterical. We were all laughing. So
well, hopefully they sold out the G Suite stuff because this is where we have all our
yeah.
doc.
Oh yeah. No, I
So
had access to it when I was at GDP to be able to put files up onto the G into GDocs and things like that.
is
So
is anybody working on that, or do you need help sorting
no, I'll
through?
reach out to Dragon. He's always been really great, and it was really funny when I first signed, you know, when he realized I was coming back, so to speak. He sent me this really nice, warm, welcoming, message in Slack, and I knew him really well because I at GDP I constantly had to ask him to like change my password or reset my password because I
Yeah,
didn't use the G Suite stuff very often. So when I needed it, it was usually expired. So poor Dragon, I was constantly like, "Hey, I know I probably got an email someplace, somewhere in some account that said I should change my password, and I didn't. Could you reset my password again?"
right. Yeah,
So
yeah.
he sent me this nice little message. He's like, "Welcome back," and I'm
He's
like,
yeah,
and I was
he's
like,
great.
"I promise not to make you change my password this time."
Well, yeah, I mean the password, I think it's 3 months.
Yeah, yeah, 90
That
days.
that's. I mean, if you have Okta, you don't have to do anything. It's just you change it on Okta, and that's it. Just pretty easy.
Yep.
Um, so I wanted to quickly follow up. Yeah, so Matt gave you the detail, which make total sense. I think he mentioned that there's been a lot of back and forth with Tim regarding the design library. Matt has his own perspective on what a design library should look like based on his previous experience with Sony. Um, so I think it would be good to have some sort of yeah, just an audit of what you think, how we operate, and how we want to. If you have suggestion on how we could improve.
Okay.
Um, so that's the first piece. So I'm pretty sure like Tim already gave you access to the design library. So
Yep.
that's one. Regarding the design for web store, I can share with you the actually let me share you the I will share with you the overall brief charter that I put together. Um, I'll share that with you. Oh, but you don't have a G Suite. Okay, I'll share with you when you have G Suite.
Okay.
It's on G Suite. Um, but the main thing is I'm trying to streamline that so that there's not much a web store component to it. But we still have to think about what is a web store 2.0 in terms
Yeah.
of overall the main feedback we get from the team is that it doesn't look professional, it's not sexy, like if you compare like Monopoly Go for example with ours, it's like night and day. Monopoly Go is using Solar as their payment processing fee provider, but they build their own front end. I
Yeah.
think there is a middle ground here, and I talked yesterday with Solar to understand what we could do with their storefront builder if we were to touch CSS. And they said that yeah, we could probably go a bit more and we can expand. They gave me the Marvel Contestants Champion store is actually built on their framework, so we could probably do something similar. But their suggestion was like, hey, maybe you design how you want it to look like, and we tell you what cannot be done, and if we can do it, then we do it.
Okay.
So maybe that's one direction that I would like to start for GOTC and also for DCWC. I haven't seen the DCWC, so if you have a link, I can take a look.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
It's I mean it's really basic at the moment. Just looking at it, it's like a currency store. It's nothing more than that. Um,
well, but that's the thing, right? I mean, the store is going to still remain a currency store,
mm-hmm.
but we can add some first days, like maybe we can add some animation. We can also add the piece that we want to add is subscription and loyalty. And so they have some loyalty. You should look at it'll be helpful if you look at the Solar publisher. You can ask Dustin to have access, by the way, to have access to the Solar publisher. But just looking at the documentation about their loyalty VIP kind of offering, so that we can design around that and how this is going to look, so that we can put that as part of the 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 design, the redesign.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty bare bone. I mean, it is like if I compare that, And who created the design?
Uh, I believe it was done by the DCWC team.
Okay. Uh,
I mean,
so
it might have
this is an
been
example.
there might have been some work done by Mario at some point, but when I look at Mario's files and what came in or what's been put up on Exola, they're wildly different in terms of sizes of modules and button treatments, headers and footers and some other stuff. So he might have started it, but somebody else carried it further.
Okay. Well, I just sent you like the whatever is the store from the
Contest of Champions.
yeah,
Okay.
which and I wanna. I think we need to revisit. I mean, what's a bit frustrating also that I think they have this opinion that this is. I mean, the Gotsi team kind of help rebuild this, redesign this stuff, and so yeah, I mean, sure we can make it better, but we're also limited by the art direction of the game. So it's not like you can create like a Monopoly Go web store from that. Have you seen Monopoly Go web store, by the way?
I have not.
Okay, let me show you because it's kind of painful to get there. So you need to spend to be able to have access. It's kind of um. I mean, it's first like the game is much more playful, so it's also part of that. Yeah, I mean this is their website, which is just more like marketing. But then if you go to the shop, then you have those offers. So the issue that here it's not currency only. They are like you can purchase bundles as well. But they have those animation, which I think are really cool. I don't know if we can start planning animation. I want to evaluate what can be done. They have the free gift, which is also animated.
Yep. Yeah, this is all in
And
line with stuff that I wanted to do. Back when I was working on the web store stuff with Greg Doan for you guys.
yeah,
Limited edition items, things that how do I make the store more the web store more attractive than the in-game store, and putting like limited edition, items and things like that in there that you can only get on the web store to try and train them and coax them over and to only make purchases there. That's the stuff we were doing at Disney. God, what year was that?
but which we might want to do. There might be some limitation about what the game team can offer. Right now, the
Yeah.
goal is you can basically we have this jam. We have this approach where you get to the store through jams, and then from the jams you can buy the bundles in game, which is like an easy approach for live ops
Mm-hmm.
because you don't necessarily need to worry about the live ops of the web store. You focus on the live ops in the game, and then if you have the gems, then you can buy it.
Yeah.
But I think there could be a middle ground that we can look at from that. But
Yeah.
I don't think what I would like you to do is okay, what is the a redesign with the actual items, taking into account what I said with loyalty and subscription and free items. So those are stuff that we have. And then if we were to change and expand, like adding more exclusive offer, like how could that work?
Yeah. Okay. Has there been any thought to? Oh, I have to go back. So when I was at Disney Playdom, we were dealing with the same thing, but it was Facebook. So when Facebook appropriated the 30% tax, we were like, how do we get out from underneath this? And we did it then. It didn't escalate to any lawsuits or anything like that. Probably might have, but Jimmy Pitaro and his cutting spree killed Playdom.com. Um, and I want to say that was like 2015 or something like that. But basically, we had built like a portal, and we were looking like, how do we bring more people over here to keep more of the money to make the earn out for in the Disney deal that when they acquired us. Um, so we were doing things like we were having player guilds and leaderboards and all this stuff on there that would draw people in. And then we had limited edition items, and we were capturing emails to remarket to them so that they would come back more regularly, and then even offering currency discounts via the site so the currency was more expensive in app on Facebook or in app on Apple.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some feature we can do. Some like the leaderboard probably require more work, but I don't think we don't necessarily have a leaderboard for Gutsy, for example. But I do think that there might be more things that we can do. Might be good for you to discuss also. Probably can do a sync with Paul because he has his own kind of. He's the one who is leading the web store charge for Gutsy. So having his feedback on that will be helpful,
Okay, cool.
right?
I don't think I've met
And
Charles.
and then so that's for web store. And then I don't know if there is anything for promotion right now, but I told Steven also that if there is any design needed to support your, I mean, obviously you're here to help. So
Yep. Yeah, I'm familiar with promotions. I was doing stuff on the promotion side at GDP,
yeah.
so and the
All
bandits
right.
and things like that.
Um, is there anything you need from me? Otherwise, are you
Um,
good?
I think I'm good for the moment. Like I said, I'm still in that kind of onboardy start work transition.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get hold of the G Suite stuff. I think that's the last outlier. Um, and then once I have that, I think I asked him if he was using Adobe Creative Suite or not here, or if he was just drawing everything exclusively in Figma.
You can have Adobe exclusive suites, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can.
you should the request. So make the request to either Jasmine or Dragon, and
Okay.
maybe there's a process. I mean, Dragon can put you. There's probably like a f- um a f- uh, a link you need to fill out.
Okay.
I will do it, but yeah, you should have access. I have it personally. I'm doing
Okay.
stuff in Illustrator when I need to, so
Cool. That's exactly what I was
there
thinking. I use it for doing any icon work, drawing things like that,
yeah,
because it's
yeah. You
better than the
should
tools
have
in
access.
Figma.
So
Okay.
yeah, it can be
Cool.
unlocked pretty quickly, so you could probably get added to
Okay.
locked up for you. All right,
Perfect.
cool. Well, thanks, Will. Excited to have you, and looking forward to discussing more.
Cool. Excited to be here. Enjoying my time so far. Tim has been fantastic.
All right,
So,
I'm glad to hear.
and have a great evening.
Thanks. You too. Bye.
Bye. All right. Web.